Yo, what's up guys, it's your man 4. I'm again back with a new video. V-Rising is quickly becoming one of the most popular PC titles on Steam. Many people are in love with the game. I am not the only one guys, seriously, we already reached 1 million players early this weekend. But the developer shared some future plans in a blog post, which includes a lot of new content, which we're gonna talk about today. A new area, new V-Blood bosses, spells, weapons and armor, which I am very excited to share with you guys. And some of it can already be found in the game file. So we're gonna talk about all this, speculate about some future content, and of course also check out the new area with some new weapons and armor. So let's get right to it. Alright, so before we cover the unreleased gear, let's first talk about the blog post, which gives us a lot of information about new things we can expect to pop up later this year in V-Rising. So, 1 Million Rising posted this weekend a developer post in which they express their thanks to all the people who started playing the game, purchased it and supported pretty much. But the early access release has been a real success guys, as we reached over 1 million players this weekend and there were even 150,000 vampires playing the game at the same time. And of course, this is just the beginning. Honestly guys, if you aren't yet playing the game, if you are not yet convinced, this is a successful early access release. I already clocked over 100 hours on it. I'd love to hear your time as well, so if you are already playing V-Rising, let me know in the comments down below. But I've experienced many early access releases in the past, like Rust, The Forest, and to be honest, I really love those games. But this one basically delivered so much replay value already since day one. It's basically a no-brainer to get your hands on this one. If you like survival games, if you are a fan of vampires, I personally wasn't into vampires at all, but I really got hooked by all the mechanics this game pretty much has to offer. All the PvE, the PvP, the way how you can get creative with building your own castle, but there is so much more. So right here they talk about the first week and also the next steps, but let's just move on to the future content we can expect for the game. So right here we have some concept art of the new biome pretty much, which they're gonna release later this year. So as you can already tell, it's gonna be a frosty biome with some fire craters, etc. I already made a little trip to the zone to check out what's out there, but basically in the restricted area we don't really have much to see. So there will be more weapons to wield, more loot to plunder. Of course, every new biome, just like the Farbane Woods, the Dunley Farmlands, the Cursed Woods and the Silverlight Hills, they all come with their own new set of weapons and armor which you can craft right there. So of course you want to have new loot to find, which allows all this, and new sorcery to conjure. So basically there is going to be even more spells or abilities to customize your build, make your playstyle even more unique in comparison with others, and of course for that we're gonna have to hunt some new V-Blood bosses. I personally really loved all the V-Blood bosses so far. They all had a pretty unique skill set. Some of them were pretty challenging to tackle and there are already over 30 of them. Every zone comes with their own difficulty of course, but the further you progress in the game, the harder the V-Blood targets become, and without doubt the V-Blood targets for the new snowy biome will be even more challenging, and I honestly can't wait to check them out. They are without doubt working on even more projects, not just the new biome, the new zone which you can find on the right side of the map right now, but then we also have a huge crater in the center of the Dunley Farmlands, which you basically cannot enter right now, but you can actually fly over it. So the south and the north are pretty much blocked by some rocks, but this is basically a big ruins or village covered by a thick layer of fog, and if you fly over it you can also see some debris hanging in the sky, but this might also become an endgame zone which you can, let's say, access after you've met some criteria. Maybe some new mobs are gonna pop up right here, of course, with some new loot. But how cool would it be if we can expect something like a portal popping up right here? Maybe this one is gonna make travel so much more easier to the Silverlight Hills, to like corners of the map, maybe the Farbane Woods to this area, or to this area, to the Cursed Forest. But this can also mean that maybe right here a portal will pop up, which brings us to an entirely new area. Because the snowy biome can be accessed from here. Right here you can basically find a bridge, and then also from the north with the Cursed Forest, right here you have a blockade with rocks. But this is all connected pretty much. So maybe the creator of the Dunley Farmlands might actually have a portal which does bring us to a new place. In the bottom left and right we already have some drawings, and this also looks pretty covered already, but who knows, they're gonna make some space right here which might unlock another area in V-Rising. That, my friends, would be pretty cool. Definitely let me know in the comments what you think about this. I am just speculating, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. Who knows, this might pop up. Anyways, let's get back to the blog post. So, further ways to enhance your castle to express your vampiric glory. So right now we already have plenty of ways how we can decorate our castle, make it unique, make it stand out pretty much in the community builds. But they're working on even more ways to do that. Personally, I'd love to see even more character customization as well, like being able to dye your armor, or maybe do some transmogrification like you had in different games similar to this one, to make your weapons and armor look a little bit different. Say you put a stone hammer skin on your sanguine axe, you can definitely surprise people in PvP. I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. But of course their goal is to work on a world that will feel fresh to dive in and sink your teeth into again and again. Guys, I already see so much replay value in the game. I mean, I mainly did PvE, base decoration, checking out the game on my own, let's say, and also some V-Blood bosses, even the endgame bosses with some friends. But I still have to do so much in PvP, and already clocked over 100 hours. But of course, they want to make sure that your vampire's journey is always far from over. So they're definitely talking about quality of life features right here. I'm already thinking of different things like world events. They could let world bosses pop up here and there, so you can basically see a ping on the map like bam, there is gonna be a boss fight right there in 20 minutes, or a rift has opened. You see this in so many similar survival or MMO games. I think this is gonna make PvP and PvE a lot more interesting as well. I mean, if you're just going out there and always going for the same farming routes, and then all of a sudden you see an event popping up where you have a chance of getting your hands on some epic loot which is otherwise not possible to find, of course you're gonna risk your life to get it. Then we also have the Colosseum exactly right here on the map. I think it would be pretty cool if you can have some extra tools on the server which allow for, let's say, PvP events with reward distribution. I'd love to hear your thoughts and ideas as well, so make sure to write them down in the comments down below. We also already talked a little bit about possible future character customization options, but I'm also thinking about, for example, the raiding. Right now it does feel a little bit weird on PvP servers. It's not very stable, especially if we look at the golem. Some people say it's way too overpowered, while others say it's too weak. But then we also have many complaints about the base decay, about available free spots on, let's say, a server. If you just join one and all the spots are basically taken, even by inactive bases. Right now, the standard decay or rate how the blood essence gets drained, if you place full blood essence into a base, you can literally keep it standing for like 2 weeks or something. They definitely have to improve this one, but these are all kind of things that better happen sooner than later, because this will definitely have a huge impact on the active players in the coming days, weeks and months, before of course we can expect a big update. Anyways, let's move on to the gear which we talked about, the unreleased weapons and armor, which can already be found in the game files. So I'm currently standing in my base, guys. So of course new weapons and armor come with a new biome, just like we saw in the previous biomes. But before you can craft those, of course, we first need to gather some resources. Right now we have werewolf leather, shadow weave, exceptional tailoring component, exceptional magic component, and also the titan core. So the shadow weave is probably a new type of silk. Then we have the exceptional tailoring component, might be the upgraded variant of this one. Just like we have cotton yarn and ghost yarn, but then also some werewolf leather, so probably in this snowy biome we have to fight even more of these bad boys. And also exceptional magical component. This might be an ingredient which we're gonna need for, let's say, the new necklaces in that biome. But also the titan core, guys. Wow. Are we gonna fight titans? I'm not sure, but it does sound pretty cool. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. But of course, after you've gathered these materials, you can turn them into new weapons and armor. So we actually have different ones, and ooh, Blood Moon, day 1200 on the server already. That's pretty crazy. But the first set is basically the Twilight boots. The first thing we notice right here is of course the gear level, because it's actually lower than that of the Blood Moon set. So I think they did this on purpose so people can't just cheat in even more powerful loot and basically use that to their advantage. But this is probably something they're gonna change when the update of course goes live. But what's pretty interesting is the set bonus. Become immune to sun damage and sparkle when standing in the sun. I want to check this out. If it becomes daytime in time, well, I will. But this one also looks pretty funky if you equip it. Guys, look at this. Right now I look like a pretty brutal berserker, right? It is a little bit nude though. We should of course also equip the Twilight Coal. So right now we have the full package, but oh man, it's, yeah, I don't know. Pretty nude, right? I honestly wonder what it looks like. Maybe we get the sports bra or something when we change gender. I am honestly pretty curious. So let's get the bear form and change our gender. I think this will do for now. Just perfect. Ah, okay. So basically they didn't make a model for this one yet. Anyways, let's get back to normal form. I mean, we don't want to be a woman with a beard, right? But then we also have the other set. So basically the other set is the better variant. Gear level 9 with a lot of extra HP, just like with the Blood Moon set. I think, yeah, we get improved maximum HP. But what is too bad is that it doesn't come with different looks. Basically, it looks exactly the same right now as the Blood Moon set. So if we equip the rest, you see that it is exactly the same. So no different looks for this one, just like we had with the female character. But then we also have some new weapons, of course, for the new zone. So this is called the Shadow Gear. Shadow Mace, Shadow Slashers, Axe, Reaper, Crossbow, and Spear. And even though they come with like different icons already, look a little bit more purple, they actually do have the exact same looks in the game. So let me just equip my Sanguine Bow right here. So this one looks exactly like so. But if we equip the other one, look at that, it's basically the same, so they still have to work on this. And they also come with exactly the same abilities or skills for your weapon. So this is also the stuff which you can get with the Sanguine Crossbow. So I think they do look pretty nice. Power level wise, they have a lot more damage. Go from 27.9 to 33.6, so that's a lot more. But of course we're probably gonna need it for those very challenging new V-Blood bosses and other targets which we're gonna have to deal with in the new zone. Anyways, I already did some exploration, some walking around in this new area. Basically, there is not much to be seen, so the developers did a good job on hiding pretty much everything they have in store for us. They're probably working on it on a build which is not visible for us, but there are some spots where you can actually see what's gonna pop up, what we can expect of this region. So the Hallowed Mountains, what it's probably going to be called, is actually connected to the Farbane Woods at this very area. I mean, right now the bridge is broken. You can see it exactly right here. But this is probably going to be Route A to said area. And then, of course, we also have the northern part, which connects with the Cursed Forest. Right now you have a blockade right there, but these are probably going to be two entrances to this area. And yeah, as you can see, most of it during my adventures looked entirely empty. I actually used the clouds to hop from one place to the next one, as it was pretty tricky to explore this area during daytimes. But if we move to the southern part of the map, right here, you can actually already find some flora. So some trees are growing right here, we have some texture on the floor, looks pretty interesting. And another place, which I think not many people have seen, in the exact center of the map, right here you find a huge gate with also a big watchtower standing right in front of it. This might lead to like a pretty epic village, like a Viking village or something. We're probably gonna have to deal with a brutal V-Blood commander. But if we also think about the soul shards which you can get your hands on in the game right now, there are 3 different bosses. One in the Farbane Woods at the Dreaded Peak, then also the Silverlight Hills with the Fortress of Light, and in the Cursed Woods we have the Lair of the Behemoth. I got the 2 last ones, but basically this could also be an area where we're gonna have to deal with that final boss. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. And actually I only showed you 1 gate, but basically we have 2 entrances. One right here and then another one right there. So yeah, there you have it, pretty much everything that's new, unreleased, and things to speculate, to talk about. I'd love to hear your thoughts about it as well, so make sure to write them down in the comments down below. We can get a discussion started, and of course, if you want to take that to the next level, you're always very welcome in our community Discord with thousands of members. Of course, not only do we have chats for games like V Rising, but also 2 dedicated servers which you can join if you want to be part of our adventures. We have a PvE focused community as well as one for PvP with different events, so if you want to know more about them, if you want to join us on our adventure, more info can be found on the Discord. Right now though, it is 4 AM out. I want to thank you for watching. Thanks for sticking till the end. If you enjoyed watching this one, if you find it helpful, make sure to hit that like button as it helps out the channel. Already very much appreciated. Guys, have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.